definitely tell the truth without telling your name. Let me go ahead and read some of that. Lisa said, feel it. I love it. I love it. I feel it. I feel it. I love it. I'm glad you like it, Lisa. Somebody didn't like it, so I played it again for them. And if you send me another message and say you still don't like it, I'm going to play it a 17th time. And then he said, I was getting ready for work. Bad sex could be anything from you think a woman or a man looks good, and when you're in bed, things don't mix or vibe. The vibe doesn't mix. Even when you go to the place, see, Anthony said the same thing. Anonymous said in the inbox that it's about the atmosphere, it's about the vibe. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes you can have good sex by yourself. I've never had bad sex by myself, but as far as like setting the mood and making the mood right, you can have good sex by your lonesome. And I remember, do you guys remember the show? We had a woman call in and she said that she didn't feel comfortable touching herself. I thought that was interesting because how many of us actually, I think everybody, almost everyone masturbates. Almost everyone. But she said that she didn't feel comfortable. So it made me think about like, how comfortable are you with a partner if you're uncomfortable with yourself? Anonymous said, the worst sex is when they really think they did something in those 2 minutes. Baby, you ain't never had good 2-minute sex before. You ain't never had good 2-minute sex. Tayla, good sex is when it looks good, it feels good, it smells good, it tastes good. That's good sex. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. For those who didn't know, if you do know that your taste, what you taste like, depends a lot upon your diet. So I know Rick Ross came out with diced pineapples. That wasn't Rick Ross. What's the boy name? Wale. Diced pineapples, my baby tastes the best. I thought that was Rick Ross, though. Anyways, the song about diced pineapples, that's a real thing. Like the pineapples, the strawberries, being mindful of your salt intake. Alcohol is not a good mix if you're trying to taste good. I have a friend that told me his ex-girlfriend tastes like water. I don't know how that was possible, how that was real, but he was like, it tastes like water. Oh, it is Rick Ross. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. Diced pineapples. Pineapples does help, but I need you to understand that you cannot eat a pineapple at 5 and think at 9 you're going to be good. Like, it's a couple of days of marinating, and you eat a lot of them. A lot of pineapple. And just be mindful of your diet. Start drinking more water. Like, water is very important. When you think about it, you get dehydrated easily. Sometimes you need 17 cups of water on the nightstand. Stay hydrated. Eat and drink pineapples. Be mindful of your salt intake. I have no idea Somebody just asked me, how do I taste? I taste like oranges. That's what I taste like. Oranges right now, because that's the only thing that's been in my diet. Getting rid of this common cold type situation, the sniffling, sneezing, runny nose, tears in your eyes, getting rid of that. So I taste like oranges, darling. To answer your question, what is good sex? What is bad sex? Bad sex for me was with a certain person that I had to claim for the rest of my life. I hated it. Hated it. Why did I do it? Great sex. Great sex makes you cry. Personally, great sex makes you cry. And I've never really understood, like, how that works. I just know it's amazing. I love you guys can slide in the DM all day for this one. Being anonymous is perfectly fine. Orange is our new black. That's a good one. That's a good one. Tayla, I think good sex is more so about the connection. But like you said, I did have a one night stand and it was absolutely amazing. And I think it was more so the fact that we didn't know each other, and so there was a no holds bar. No holds bar? Okay. There was a no holds bar, and so we both let loose. We both went. So you guys just freed yourself up, basically. Because trying to read it the way you wrote it, baby, didn't come out. I'm sorry. Another anonymous says, deep inside, deep down inside. Grand Rising, Tayla. Bad sex is when the person just doesn't know how to please you. He uses techniques that worked with someone else on you instead of just exploring your body and learning what turns you on. Can I read that again? Do you mind? Because I think there's somebody out there right now that may need to hear this. Bad sex is when the person doesn't know how to please you. They use techniques that worked on someone else instead of exploring your body and finding out what you like. I think that sums up everything. That is beautiful. That is amazing. Using somebody else's techniques. Don't kiss me like the last person you kissed. That's disgusting. I don't like that. Please stop. Don't touch me like the last person you touched. I don't like that. That doesn't tickle. Please don't put your finger there. Like, absolutely. Me in the next, her in the next, him in the next, him in the past. Like, every person is different. What you did on one girl, all girls aren't going to like that. Women, one thing you did on a dude, not all men like that. You try to, nibble and bite on one dude, and the next dude don't like teeth. Like, you can't do that. You have to find out what works for them. Good sex is when two people are fully committed to pleasing each other no matter what. And if it's really good, they will orgasm at the same time. Yes, at the same damn time. It has happened to me, and it is the best feeling in the world. Do you agree? Do you disagree? 617-282-0062. Lord of mercy. Keep sliding in the inbox, baby. I love this. Tayla, good sex is... I can't read that. I cannot read that, love. That's not possible. But I can paraphrase. Long story short, there was a threesome involved. And good sex is when you have two people pleasing you at the same time. That's good sex, according to what's just slid in the inbox. DL, what's going on, DL? I'll put a finger in the butt right now. I bet she'll be begging me to pluck right now. Bully hawks. I have no idea what that means, DL. I have no clue what a bully hawk is. But I want to give a shout out to all the bedroom bullies. The sun is out. It's Friday. You get paid today. I want you to love on, to kiss on, to go ahead and send those sexting messages right now. And if you're under the age of 18, you need to send nothing. You don't even need to be listening on Fridays. But if you're an adult and you have a consenting adult on the other end, that is a form of foreplay. Why don't you start the foreplay now? Start your foreplay now in the form of a message, in the form of a picture. And by the end of tonight, or by the beginning of the night, you can go on and start something. Something good. Tayla, I had bad sex and I did everything in my power to try and work with my ex. We ended up breaking up because the sex was just too bad. I honestly believe, like, can't you work with people though? Can you send me another message? Because I wonder, like, you tried. You said the relationship ultimately ended because the sex was bad. But what exactly did you do? Okay, so I don't know. Help me understand how the sex was so bad that you had to break up with him. That's why I could never believe in getting married before sex. That was a hard swallow. Good rising, grand rising, V from Tennessee. What is good sex? What is bad sex? And how do you determine between the two? 617-282-0062. Monday is Motivational Monday. Friday is Freaky Friday. You don't always have to be, we don't always have to discuss business. We don't always have to discuss community events. We don't always have to discuss empowerment. Sometimes, just sometimes, on Fridays, we can talk about sexuality, we can talk about love, we can talk about relationships, we can talk about pom-poms and buddies. And that's what we do on Friday. So for those that feel some type of way about today's conversation, sorry, not sorry, this is what goes down in the DM on Fridays. Make sure to listen Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, or Monday through Thursday if you're offended by Friday. Better not bring your kids, because this is a conversation that is not for children. And if you miss it because you're in the vehicle with kids now, you can always tune in on YouTube or on Facebook because we are currently recording, as we do every day, every day. Back to the program. Good sex, Tayla, good sex is when, I don't think tongue rings constitute good sex, babe. Or it may, because I have never come across one. I always thought that was I never thought that tongue rings were attractive. Like, I didn't see how they were any different than the actual tongue. I don't know. I personally haven't experienced it, so I don't know. If you do, 617-282-0062. You can slide in the DM. I'd love to hear your experience as far as tongue rings are concerned, because I don't understand how it equates to good sex. It's a piece of metal. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm just old-minded. But when everybody was getting their tongue pierced, it wasn't even a second thought. It wasn't even a first thought. I was like, nah, I'm good. And then, I got a grandmother. She was like, you can get that if you want to. People gonna think you a lesbian. That was about 15, 17 years ago, when getting your tongue pierced meant that you were gay. I just never was attracted to it. And I never equated it to it would equal good sex, as far as a tongue ring is concerned. I know a few people that got their genitals pierced, and I heard from a friend of mine that it's not like every time you walk you get an orgasm, or you get Nizetting. And Amharic means to, like, good vibrations. D, what's going on, Big D? Long time no see. What is good sex, Big D? What is bad sex, and how do you measure good and bad sex? What does it look like? 617-282-0062. Someone just slid in the DM. Tayla, bad sex is when he has no clue what he's doing, and you try and teach him, and he keeps doing what he saw in a porno video. It doesn't work like that, sweetie. It doesn't work like that. I'm so guilty. I have attempted to use porn techniques in real life, and it really doesn't work. Certain positions, they make it look easy. They make it look so simple. And then you try it, and you're like, it's a good thing we didn't catch that on film. That would have been embarrassing. Someone said, Someone said pornos are like action movies. Pornos are like action movies. You think you can run and jump over to the next building, but then you can't even make it halfway. You end up epically failing and falling to your death. That's how using porn techniques in the bedroom really works. Baby, I completely understand. Not always, but sometimes trying to use techniques that you've seen in the videos or positions you've seen in videos don't always work because they have cuts. Like, you're watching the edited version of multiple attempts to do something. And then you have people that have been doing this their whole life, so they might be a little bit more flexible than you. Or a couple years. So it doesn't work for everybody. I personally wouldn't tell you to attempt to do some of these things in these videos, and porn is not the same. 1980s porn, even early 2000 porn, where they had like the rap music in the background. Maybe this was just a southern thing, but back in the early 2000s, when I lived in Birmingham, Alabama, porn had like Trick Daddy started off in porn. I'm joking. That's not the truth. It's an opinion, not fact. But I really believe, like, when they started playing porn in the back, when they started playing rap music in the background, I swear, like, Trick Daddy was where he got his beginnings at. His start was in a porn video, and then he got signed. Personally, that's my personal thoughts. But it never matched. The music never matched the video at all. The rhythm never matched. Like, whoever did that editing was absolutely horrible. The songs never matched. And porn today is not the same of the porn of what you may remember. Everybody's an amateur. Everybody thinks they're a pro. Everybody wants to upload homemade videos. Y'all flooding. I'm ranting. I'm ranting about porn, darn it. Let's stop. Let's stop there. But I really do have a gripe as far as, like, these new porn videos are concerned. Just like I have mixed feelings about these new drug addicts. I really, honestly, I say this all the time. I know it's absolutely horrible, but I miss crackheads. I miss a helpful crackhead that is willing to fix a roof, clean the house, fix your bike, babysit your kid. No, I'm just joking. But I really do miss, like, the helpful drug addicts. They had a habit, but they were willing to work. Whatever you need done, they were ready to get it done. I miss that. Today's drug addicts just fall asleep on the side of the road. Bad sex can occur when a person's body isn't working like it should. For instance, a man has ED, erectile dysfunction, or women's vaginal muscles are loose due to childbirth. Pause. If your walls are loose due to childbirth, you can always go see Faith Naturals. You know I had to do a shameless plug. You can always go see Faith Naturals. She has the yoni egg. You start off with a large. You do your Kegels. You tighten your pum-pum. You squeeze it. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. You can do it while you're talking to your boss. You can do it while you're giving a presentation. You can do it while you're taking a shower. You can do it while you're doing dishes. You can do your Kegels all day, every day. You don't have to stop. Nobody has to know. A helpful crackhead. V, I said it. I sure did. And then, once you continue to strengthen your walls, and even if you don't want a yoni egg, you can use Benoit balls. It's BENWA, Benoit balls. And they're just weights. You use weights to strengthen your arm muscles. You use weights to make sure your dude's sitting on your back. You use weights to make your pum-pum tight. Or a yoni egg, same difference. Erectile dysfunction, or a woman's vagina muscles are loose due to childbirth, or just trauma. If you've ever experienced sexual trauma and your walls may be a little loose because of things that have happened in your past, you can always reclaim your strength and reclaim your pum-pum and tighten that up just a little bit. It's a health issue that should be addressed by a doctor. Most people just ignore the obvious, hoping maybe this time sex will be good. No, sex won't be good if the parts aren't working properly. And I think that's absolutely true. And a lot of us don't, like, when did your mother tell you about your Kegels? When did your mother tell you about strengthening your core that helps improve your orgasms? Did you even know that? Did you know that if you improve your core, if you work on your core, strengthen your core, tighten your core, aka do sit-ups? Listen, I'm a fat girl, BBW all day. I get it. Sometimes you don't have time. Sometimes you'd rather a candy bar. And sometimes you don't feel like doing damn sit-ups. But if you strengthen your core, if you work on your stomach, abdominal area, your orgasms will increase. They will heighten to levels that you have never imagined. And a lot of women that have never experienced orgasms, part of it is because they don't know themselves. They don't know their body. They don't know how their body works. I believe we Facebooked Live a couple months ago, and we were talking about how some women believe that they pee out of their vagina, not knowing and understanding that they have a urethra, and that's where your urine comes out of. Like, a lot of women and men don't even know the functions of the body, let alone how to please themselves or please another. We're talking about good sex and bad sex, and how do you measure either or both? And personally, I think the first step in having good sex, if you are currently having bad sex, is knowing thine own self. What do you like? What don't you like? What is your limit? What is okay? What are you willing to try? What will you never do? If I touch you here, what happens? If I touch myself here, what happens? The key for me to good sex is to understand and to know your body well enough to know what you like, to know what turns you on. And sometimes it doesn't even, not sometimes, all the time, it doesn't even start with touching. What are the sweet nothings you want to hear? What are the sweet nothings that you want to tell somebody? Are you a talker in the bedroom? That's a great question. That is a great question. Are you vocal or verbal in the bedroom? And if not, why? I'm not vocal, or at least I don't think I am. As far as verbal is concerned. I'm vocal, I'm not verbal. Let me clarify. As far as verbal is concerned, you guys already know I do a whole lot of talking all day. Every day. I do a lot of talking, so in the bedroom, I don't think that we should talk. I do a lot of talking already. Let's just be quiet. Somebody just inboxed me and said, I think scientifically, oh Lord have mercy, we're going to have to Google this. Someone said a lot of people don't know that squirting is actually peeing. I read an article that said that that is not true. But let's talk about it. 617-282-0062. Is squirting just peeing? It doesn't feel like it, though. V from Tennessee, what do you say? A new study, they increased sensors because where squirting was the number one practice. It was banned in porn in the UK because nobody could say definitively whether it was pee or not. So the government assumed that it was obscene and it was banned in UK porn. That is interesting. It probably stems from a desire to know that a woman is enjoying herself. As far as like, why do men like for a woman to squirt? A lot of guys actually care about this, and they want to know that the sex was enjoyable. But as far as study says that they have not figured out whether it is a female ejaculation or whether it's pee. What up, D? D's over here talking to us. Good sex comes usually from someone you are always arguing with, and you can't agree on simple things. The sex is good because you're trying to shut one another up. Big D, shout out to Big D. I miss you so much, D. Where are you? You should come visit one day. V from Tennessee said the only bad sex I know is none at all. Amazon position will get a ring on it. No porn intended. It's a karate movie music. What is the Amazon position? I feel like I don't know anything today. Faith got me bathing twice a day. Faith natural products are great. That eucalyptus soap is sexy. Well, you tried a soap that I never even had before. Being audible is a good thing. Talking, no. Yeah, that's all good. Auntie Wanda is on. I told you they'd be here. Auntie Wanda, what is good sex? What is bad sex? And how do you measure it? We talked about you guys earlier as far as your 31 years of marriage and sex at least once a day for 31 years, and you guys still don't get bored. We're trying to figure out, Auntie Wanda, what is good sex? What is bad sex, and how do we measure everything in between? And if you have the answer, is squirting really peeing, or is that just a female ejaculation? Because someone inboxed us and said that people don't know it, but squirting is not a female ejaculation. It is simply peeing, but studies say differently, darling. Studies say differently. The Journal of Sexual Medicine studied 7 self-identified squirters to find out what was actually going on. Of course, they needed a larger sample, but they started off with the 7 that self-identified as squirters. I don't know if I would self-identify. Okay, yes, I self-identify. Women were given ultrasounds, and in the ultrasound, they, were taking a look at their bladder. After the woman squirted, they were giving another ultrasound and found that their bladders were empty. The urine in there before they squirted, and it was gone. So technically, it may be urine. It might be. That's kind of embarrassing now that I think about it. If you have a good level of arousal, all your erectile tissue swells up, and that might put more pressure on your urethra, said Dr. Castellios, the author of Wanting More. When you apply pressure to these areas, you can push the urethra and all that erectile tissue around it forward a little bit, and changing that angle between the bladder and the urethra in that way can make it easier to pee. At the same time, you're getting a ton of stimulation that feels amazing, and you're relaxing your muscles enough to let go and have an orgasm. And when that comes out, it is fine. Squirting is not a female ejaculation. It's not the same. But they say that some people experience squirting and a female ejaculation at the same time. But they're both the same. I'm so sorry. It's so off topic, but it's important. It's definitely important. We had this discussion, I think it's peeing while coming. V from Tennessee says squirting is not pee. Urine is different than vaginal fluid. Urine is uric acid, and it's not the same. Well, V from Tennessee, I just read the study, and it said that they gave the woman an ultrasound before. Then the woman squirted. They give them another ultrasound, and their bladders were empty. So I'm just saying, I think that's a pretty... I think that breaks that down, V. I'm going to continue to read up on some other studies because I would like to get multiple opinions. 617-282-0062, Grand Rising, call you live.
Good morning, Taylor. Taylor, I was going to say, I saw a video a while back with this lady. I mean, it was an adult video, and it almost seemed unnatural, and I was wondering how much was that real, how much could that have been, like, embellished and animated. But for a few instances in my lifetime, I only encountered that twice, and each time, not to be disrespectful, but those women have, like, an extensive history. So I wonder how many women who are not that promiscuous have that tendency. I wish you did a study with that.
That is interesting. So you're saying that only promiscuous women can squirt?
No, I don't want to say that. I'm just saying from my experience, and every time you look at the adult videos, those women, that's their profession. So I wonder how many women who are not, in the porn industry or who are not promiscuous also have a tendency to have that excessive amount of, squirting.
Interesting question. Are there any women that are willing to call or DM me? Love and appreciate you. Hope you have an awesome day today. Are there any women willing to DM or call 617-282-0062 that maybe have like 2 or 3 partners that have squirted? Because I don't know what constitutes as promiscuous. So let's just say like 3. You've had under 3, maybe 5 partners your whole entire life, and you still squirt. Does that, or is it just women that have had multiple partners? So all you guys that like to get squirted on, just know you like to get R. Kelly. You're so ignorant. That is the ignorant thing to say. You know what? I bet you men probably don't even care, though. While you over here trying to make somebody feel bad, I probably guarantee that they don't care. Women should know if it's pee or not. It doesn't taste like pee. V, you're killing me today, V. You are killing me today. Drip, drip, drip. I want to pee. Yo, you remember in the video, I want to. Yo, shout out to Kabi. That was hilarious. That was a good one. We're currently on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live. We're at the top of the hour. I want to give a huge shout out to the baby that called my personal phone and left me a voicemail anonymously. Please don't do that again. Call 617-282-0062 if you want to talk about the show. If you want to talk about business, you can call my personal. But please do not call my personal in regards to the show. Thank you. Love you and appreciate you. Will it taste like diced pineapples? I don't know if the urine is going to taste like diced pineapples, but I guess you can try it, Cobby. I'm good. I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I've been having technical difficulties as far as like technology is concerned. IT is my best friend right now because from 2 computers, an iPad, and a phone, I'm going through ridiculous amounts of technical difficulties that I have no control over. So, with that being said, I apologize for not being up to par because of the lack of things going on, or lack of fixing going on. Auntie Wanda said, bad sex. I believe both occupants are so tired but still want to get at it. Not necessarily bad, just lazy sex. Good sex is when you come so good you start crying. Shout out to Auntie Wanda. Shout out to Uncle Mark. They've been married for 31 years, 31, and have sex at least once a day. Sometimes upwards into, 5-7 times a day? But at least once a day. And they both. It's not just he wants it at least once a day or she wants it at least. They are at it at least once a day. The libido is ridiculously high. I want to give a huge shout out to Prestige Cuisine. I was in the kitchen in the back making the fish because every time I go there, you guys eat all the fish. I don't get any fish. So I actually went and brought my own fish and learned how to make it. And I am very proud to say that my fish is bomb. So bomb. And there's a video of this woman. She's a white woman, and she's like, you black people have been hiding the butters. You didn't tell us about the shea butter. You didn't tell us about the cocoa, but you've been hiding the butters. That's how I feel about browning. Y'all Jamaicans, all y'all West Indians been hiding the browning. I didn't know nothing about the browning. You know my 5-star dishes are now 10-star dishes because I learned about a damn browning. Ain't that the truth? Quick Link Tax Service, female-owned, female-operated. If you need your taxes done, come out and get them filled, whether you owe taxes, whether you need to pay your taxes, whether you owe child support, you need to get your taxes done, period. Because the one person you can never hide from is Uncle Sam. He will find you. He gon' find you. So 200 Blue Hill Avenue, directly across the street from the old Packies, female-owned, female-operated. And I want to give a huge shout-out to the owner because directly next door to 200 Blue Hill it's where the Mondongo used to be sold, and the owner of Quick Link Tax Service just purchased the building next door, and she is opening Bliss Cafe. It's an international cafe with Ethiopian food and Caribbean food, Haitian food, Jamaican, like international cafe. Anything, everything that you want, you'll be able to get. Excuse me. Firearm Fred, I want you to know how to handle a firearm. I don't want you to be scared. Our fear is of the unknown. So, break that wall down, go out, get the knowledge, talk to Fred, hold that steel in your hand, and see what the power can do just in case. You never know, baby. You never know if you might need to come in contact with a gun. At least you'll know how to use it. 617-293-1011. As far as pom-pom steams are concerned, yoni eggs, go see Faith. She'll walk it through you. If you have a daughter that has just reached puberty and, is getting her cycle, get her a yoni steam. It helps with cramps. It helps with endocrinosis, fibroid cyst. It helps with all of the, again, my apologies. My throat isn't acting right. From shampoo to conditioner to deodorant to men's products, females' products, body scrubs, lotions, oils, name it. She has it. If you need it, she'll create it. If you have somebody that has alopecia, needs help growing their hair, somebody that has really bad eczema, she has products to help all of this. I can't say cure because FDA, If you pay $1,500 a month for where you live, you've lived there for 5 years, you've paid your landlord $90,000. That's $10,000 off from 100 G's. $90,000 paying your landlord's mortgage. Are you done renting? Are you ready to own? Are you ready to buy? Are you at least ready to look at the possibility of owning? And a lot of us think that we can't own. I don't make enough money. I don't do this. I don't do that. There's programs, baby. There's opportunities out there. So at any time you believe that you're ready, I'm ready to help you. 617-459-0041 is my personal. And again, that is if you're ready to purchase a house, somebody who's buying, who wants to sell, please give them my number. I love being a real estate agent. My passion is to stop gentrification one house at a time. And nobody can kick you out of something you own. True or false? I want to give a huge shout out to Prince Rich and Kaz. I feel it. And to the baby who sent me a message and said, I don't like this song. I'm going to play it one more time just for you, Pooh. She wanna leave the club early, come back where fat boys stay. I told her. You are what you eat.
She wanna leave the club early, come back where a fat boy stay. I told her, bring a couple girls for Rich, Doug, Willis, and Bang. These girls really wanna get nasty, and I don't know none of their names. Wanna drink liquor, smoke good weed, but I'm gonna need a Gatorade. Concierge downstairs tripping about the music and the loud weed smoke. Set down 100 and a bottle as a you better not snitch no. Live fast, enjoy every moment, cause just last year I was broke. Orange Gatorade aid my sobriety while I'm giving out backstrokes. Round 1, round 2, round 3, no bowl, you only get 2 piece. No bowl, that's really all you want from me. Your girls at the door, please company. Thick thighs, fat butt, slim waist, little bitty, but I'm on a roll face. Heard the kitty cat roar when I went deep. She wetter than a swimming pool when I'm 10 feet. Deep inside, deep, deep, deep on inside. Deep inside, deep, deep, deep on inside. Deep inside, deep, deep, deep on inside. Deep inside, deep, deep, deep on inside.
Yes, lady. You know who it is.
Bad boy with a big. I give it to her, guarantee I mess her life up. She said she want me to taste her with my big lips, but if I do it, she be begging me to wife her. Baby girl, I put it down. I'ma go extra. Fly boy, you don't want your girl to get next to. I put a finger in her butt right now. I bet you she be begging me to pluck right now. Yeah, I'm nasty. Yeah, I'm ready for whatever, whether day or night. I lay the pipe and when I lay it, I'ma lay it right. She'll be wanting to put my clothes in the closet. I don't need love, girl, I need a deposit. She wanna lick me like I'm ice cream. You know, strawberries, nigga wanna. She ain't as innocent as she might seem. As soon as we leave the club, I'ma call her. Yep, try baby, you know what it is? It's DJ Sus One, the feature presentation. Listen, make sure you wake up with TaylaAndre Monday through Friday, 5 to 7 a.m. on Big City 101.3 FM. Wake up with the Radio Rebel. Politics, news, conspiracies. Wake up your third eye with unorthodox conversations leading to universal consciousness. This is the type of stuff I'm into, alright? Make sure you tune in. Let's go. What's going on, y'all? It's your girl, Lady Luck, and you are now tuned in to Big City, right here on 101.3, with my homegirl, my buddy, my friend, TaylorAndre, Boston's #1 talk show. Keep it locked. Boston, get ready for Charlie Black! Charlie Black! It's the return of Charlie Black on Saturday, April the 1st. Charlie Black celebrates his birthday bash right inside of Gates Oasis, the biggest dancehall sensation. Charlie Black! He's gonna be live on stage singing all of his hits.
Let me see if this will play. V from Tennessee just requested a song. Here you go, V. I can't play it on air, but I got you.
If she found the lock and you can't get in, and she bathroom window locked, and you can't get in, and she bedroom window locked, and you can't get in, and she kitchen window locked, and you can't get in. What to do? What to do? What to do? Kicking she back though, kicking she back though, kicking she back though. What I mean? What I mean? What I mean? What I mean? Kicking she back though, kicking.
V, I'm going to go ahead and find that song for you and post it online so you can listen to it. I tried to find it in the computer. It's not in the system. That's like a carnival song. Hey, hey. I probably won't be going to Prestige Cuisine today because I have a lot of other things to do. But I definitely will be there next week. I thank you. I love you. I love you guys. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to YouTube. I enjoy every single last one of you. I hope you guys have an amazing day today. Waka me, waka me, waka me, waka me.